Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dear students, this is the second part of our Solow growth model, and in our first video we have presented the supply side of our Solow growth model and the demand side of Solow growth model. And in this video you will observe firstly the graphic presentation of supply and demand side, which we have earlier studied. After observing the supply and demand sides of the Solow model, we are now able to construct a fig, and this is the fig. This shows the bifurcation of output per worker, which is written here Y, and into consumption per worker and investment per worker. So you can observe this fig. On vertical axis we have taken the Y, which is a function of capital per worker, and investment, which is also a function of capital per worker but with the saving rate. And this is C. C is the residual. I mean, you can find C value when you subtract I value from Y value. You know the basic equation, Y is equal to C plus I. So when I is given and Y is given, you can construct C value. Okay, so this is the production function. Y is a function of K. This was explained in our first part, and below this there is investment per worker function. Investment per worker is a function of also capital per worker but with the saving rate S. So here S is the saving rate. So when there is this capital stock, say K1, you have total output level as from K1 to this point. I mean, this is your Y, and one part of Y which is saved and being invested, this is that part. So out of this Y, you are investing this one, and the remaining part which is residual, I mean Y minus I is equal to C. So this C is the residual. Residual mean a remaining part. The remaining part is the consumption per worker. So here in this diagram we have bifurcated, we have distributed our Y into consumption per worker and investment per worker. Here you can observe a numerical example. Assuming if K is equal to 4, and assume that if Y is under root K, this is the production, this is the algebraic form of production function. General form is this one, Y is a function of K, but this is the algebraic form of production function. This is also assumed here. So Y is under root K, so put here 4 in place of K and you will get it, Y is equal to 2. And investment is has this function, S is the saving rate, Y is this output. So if I is equal to 0.3, which we can assume it, okay, it is 30% of output is being saved and it is invested. So 0.3 is the saving rate and 2 is the output level. So 0.3 multiplied by 2 is equal to 0.6. So 0.6 is the investment. So out of Y2, you are investing 0.6 of that output 2, and the remaining means C is equal to Y minus I. So 2 minus 0.6 is equal to 1.4. So 1.4 is the remaining. So if we have $2 income, so of $2 income we are saving 0.6 and it is being invested, and the consumption level is 1.4. So this is the graphic presentation of the bifurcation of output per worker into consumption per worker and investment per worker. So this is the famous basic equation, Y is equal to C plus I. So this is our Y is equal to C plus I. Okay, another part of our this video is part C, which is regarding depreciation. The depreciation means the wear tear of the capital. When you are producing in something, so you have to face the problem of wear tear of capital. So in the process of production, capital is depreciated, and if we assume that it is depreciated with the rate of delta, we can write the equation of depreciation as D for depreciation, as D is equal to delta K. Further, we can assume that this rate delta remains constant over the stock of capital. Mean when stock of capital increases, the capital depreciation increases but with the constant rate. So in the fig we have a straight line. So when K is increasing, like this one, K is increasing, so depreciation is also increasing and with the constant rate. If you assume a numerical example, if delta is 0.1, so and K is equal to 4, then your depreciation is total depreciation is 0.4. 0.1 is assumed as a delta, I mean depreciation rate. Okay. This was part C, where we have explained the depreciation of capital, and another video which will be number 3 video, and there we will explain the part D, which will be regarding steady state and the growth in capital stock. So wait for your part D, where we have stated steady state and the growth in capital stock. Wishing you good luck. Allah Hafiz.